A disturbing plan to shoot up an eastern Oklahoma school was foiled days before classes begin. Kelsey Gibbs spoke to students at Pawnee High School who are frightened at the thought of what could have been yet another tragedy.
They tell us to shut the doors, lock them, and turn off the lights and get out of the view of the door.
Zoe Russell knows what to do at Pawnee High School during an active shooter situation. But with a credible school threat, the soon-to-be junior says she's glad she didn't need to put what she learned into practice.
I'm so happy we did not have to do that.
This week, the Pawnee County Sheriff's Office learned 2 sophomores had plans to orchestrate a mass shooting at the local high school.
It was crazy to think about because we have heard about all the school shootings and we all thought this would never happen in Pawnee.
A tip given to the Oklahoma City Crime Stoppers unit helped investigators. A person who lives outside the country overheard the teens talking over their plans through an online video game. Investigators discovered evidence that the threat was real and placed the suspects in custody.
I'm kind of shocked. I mean, it doesn't surprise me considering how this town is kind of up and down.
School shootings are unfortunately no stranger to many schools across the country, but these teens are glad the threat wasn't carried out.
I'm actually quite grateful. I mean, I kind of think that's going to push back school a little bit more so they can make sure.
The Pawnee superintendent telling us in a statement that reads in part, "We have dealt with the threat toward the school, identified through social media. Law enforcement was immediately notified. The responsible persons for the threat are now under the jurisdiction of law enforcement." The statement goes on to say there is no longer a current threat at the school. News parents are glad to hear.
It's one of those things you never think something like this would happen, especially in a small town.
Now these folks realize no matter the size of the town, the threat can happen anywhere.
We encourage our kids to be very open with us, and we talk about stuff like this because we know as scary as it is, it's very real.
Well, that threat was severe enough to have the FBI involved. And the mayor of Pawnee, Brad Sewell, says it was a violent plot the 2 juveniles were planning and was foiled by the quick actions of law enforcement.